Ryan, whose Wolfpack will host Pittsburgh at the Big East Conference this Saturday at Carter Finley Stadium. The game will have a 3:30 p.m. kickoff. It will be televised by ESPNU. With that, we'll bring on Coach O'Brien, ask for a brief opening statement, then go to questions. Coach?
Thanks, Mike. Certainly we look forward to Pittsburgh's visit here on Saturday. Team that's unpicked to win the Big East. They're a very experienced team. Big, powerful football team. Likes to run the football, stop the rush, and so it'll be a great challenge for our team here on Saturday.
Questions for Coach O'Brien?
Star 1 to ask a question. We'll go to Taylor Zarzer, WPTF Raleigh.
Coach, I know you said you like the style of football game. How do you think your team is going to respond to it, specifically with some of the issues you've had to deal with on the offensive line?
Well, certainly that's a major concern for us is the offensive line. We could be starting our fourth different offensive line, the fourth game of the year. So we got a lot of work to do up front. They have their front four is very formidable. A lot of lettermen. They've got 3 years lettermen at nose tackle, and the ends are 2-year lettermen. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I believe they lead their conference in 15 sacks so far in 3 games, and one of those games is Navy that they don't throw the ball a heck of a lot. So they've done a great job. They're top 3 in stopping the rush in their conference. They stop the rush, and they put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So we've got a lot of work to do to keep Russell free.
Your team, the last couple of years, has been able to forget about the first half of the season disappointments and focus on in each and every game. But with that being said, do you feel like this Pitt game can serve as a springboard for the rest of the season, or will it not have any effect once conference play starts?
No, it certainly will have effect. It's a key football game for our football team. It's a chance once again as we go out of conference. It's our last out of conference game before we go into conference, and this will be a great test to see who and what we are. After the couple 1AA teams we played the last 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Sure.
We'll go to Ken Tishens at the Charlotte Observer.
Coach, the Lewis kid is just a little guy, the running back for Pitt. What are the challenges for a defense playing against a running back that's small? You've got one in Eugene.
Well, the problem is you have to find him, and they play with a bunch of 6'5", 6'6", 6'4" offensive linemen, big, powerful guys that get up in your face and knock you back. And what he's done a great job is picking his seams, and he kind of squirts through before you could find where he is, and then he's had the ability to run away from people. They found themselves another one in Lewis, 5'8", 195-pound. Yeah, he's got some power too. He's just not quick and fast.
We'll go to Sammy Batten, Fayetteville Observer newspaper.
Yeah, Tom, I was wondering if you could talk about what attracted you guys first to Earl Wolf, and how has he progressed to get into your starting lineup?
Well, certainly when he came to camp, he did a great job in camp, and we'd had his tape from high school, and he was a physical player. We just had to make an assessment of his abilities to run and break on the ball and do all those kind of things that you ask a safety to do, and he certainly has earned his way into the starting lineup. That's been a position that's ever since Dwan Morgan's left a couple years ago that has been in flux for us, but he's the guy that, with his skills, has been able to perform the tasks that we need done by the boundary safety.
We'll go to Mark Berman, the Roanoke Times.
Coach, you really haven't been tested since the opener against South Carolina. Is this team now, at this point, have you gotten a handle on, is this team ready for that Pittsburgh team? Have you seen
we hope so. We're going to have to be. It's a big physical football team, as I said. They smash mouth football. They come at you with a 5'8" tailback and a 6'2", 260-pound fullback in front of him blocking. So we're going to have to be ready. Our major concerns, as I said before, the offensive line, coming in. Injuries, last week we go in the game without a starting left tackle and left guard. The secondary is still a concern. We had some movement around in the secondary trying to figure the 4 guys. We played without a safety last week and lost a corner in the first quarter. So, 2 big areas that you want to be more concerned get you beat the fastest offensive line secondary. We're still a little bit unsettled.
Thank you.
We'll go to Matthew Bradham of WolfpackPigskin.com.
Coach, could you talk about the importance of DeAndre Morgan and Donald Bowens being back this week?
Well, they both, Donald Bowens had a much longer road to get back, and he's worked very hard to get back on the football field. And he was noticeably rusty on Saturday, but we wanted to get him in the game and throwing the ball and having him tackled and do those things that we needed to see out of him. I think we'll continue to get better each and every week. DeAndre, same situation. When we lost Rashard Smith, very fortunate that he finally had been able to get a week of practice in and get back on the field. And, he gave us an experience factor that we really don't have in the secondary, and played well throughout that game, and we're going to have to count on him going forward now.
Let's go ahead and go to Ken Tishins with the Charlotte Observer.
Coach, back to Bowens. How difficult is it coming back as a wide receiver to reestablish timing? It seems like that's the biggest thing coming back from an injury.
Well, it is, but certainly, just as a lot of freshmen are able to come in and play early at the wide receiver position, because it's more a skilled position than it is a technique position that. He has that in his memory base. What he's supposed to do is just a question of making sure that his body gets there. As I said earlier, I think after this first day out there on Tuesday, when he went through a full practice, he had trouble getting out of bed in the morning on Wednesday because he was just sore all over. So, getting the kinks back out, and certainly last week helped a lot. And as I said, I think he'll be better going forward here.